Hey guys, welcome back to A Pinch of Patience. It is a really cold day here in Kansas, and so I am ready to get baking. This is my third video in our healthy baking series that I'm doing here in January. So if you wanted to check out my other two that I've made so far, I have one for healthy granola and one for a healthy banana bread recipe. So I will put the links to those in the description box below, so make sure you check those out. Today we're going to be making some cinnamon apple muffins. I know that cinnamon and apple is more of a fall thing, but for me, I like to eat it all year round. Alright, so for this recipe you'll need 4 to 6 cups of rolled oats. You'll need 1.5 cups of unsweetened applesauce, 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk, half a cup of coconut oil, 2 tablespoons of pure maple syrup, 2 eggs, a teaspoon of vanilla, 3 apples, and in here I have 4 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and half a teaspoon of ground cloves. Now a few of these ingredients we will need to prep first. So the rolled oats are going to replace our flour, making these muffins gluten-free. So you'll want to put them in a blender or food processor and blend them up until they are very fine crumbs similar to flour. Now if you are extremely sensitive to gluten, you'll want to make sure that your oats are from a gluten-free facility so that there's no cross-contamination there. Next, you will need to prep your apples by peeling them, coring them, slicing them, and dicing them until they are as small as they are in this video here. Next, you will need to take your coconut oil and melt in the microwave for 1 or 2 minutes until it is a liquid like this so that we can easily mix it in our recipe. Alright, so we have here our ground up oatmeal that we did in the blender. You'll want to measure out exactly 3 cups of that. So you may not use everything that you blended up, and that is totally okay. And then I'm going to mix my spices in with this ground up oatmeal. With any quick bread, you'll want to mix the dry ingredients first and then set that aside and mix your wet ingredients in a separate bowl. So here we have 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk, making this dairy-free, 1.5 cups of applesauce, along with 2 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. And the applesauce and maple syrup are going to make this naturally sweetened, so sugar-free, no white cane sugar here in this recipe. Then you have a teaspoon of vanilla and 2 eggs. And then you will also add your half a cup of coconut oil, and this is a healthy fat as opposed to like a vegetable oil that you would normally use in a quick bread recipe. And then you'll just need a whisk and whisk this all together. Once your wet ingredients are thoroughly mixed, then you will dump in all of your dry ingredients and then just combine this until everything's wet and there are no dry patches. With any muffin recipe, you don't want to overmix, so just a little bit till everything's wet. And then we have our diced apples here. You'll see how small they are. These are going to add some more sweetness to our muffins naturally. So you'll want to dump these in, and then again, we don't want to overmix, so we're just going to gently fold these into the batter so that they are all evenly spaced in our batter here. Now our batter is ready, so I'm going to spray my muffin pan here and then start dividing the batter out. This will make about 2 dozen muffins, and you can fill the muffin tins about 3/4 of the way full. Normally you would only do half full for muffins, but these do not rise a whole lot. So 3/4 of the way full is perfect. And I'm a little messy with my spoon here. I keep telling myself I'm going to buy one of those handy dandy muffin filler doodads, but I do not have one, so just a couple of old spoons. So here are my muffins. We will bake these at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. Alright, so here's the finished product. These low-fat, gluten-free, sugar-free apple muffins. I love the chunks of apples in the muffin. It's like little tiny bites of goodness. We had these for breakfast and my kids kept asking for more and more, so I'd say they were a huge hit. Thank you so much for watching this muffin tutorial, and I really hope especially that this inspires you to start making some healthy swaps in your baking. Just trading a few ingredients out and lowering the fat and sugar content in your baked goods can make a lot of difference in your health if you've got some really big health goals that you're shooting for. Make sure to check out this channel every single Friday for more baking tips, tricks, and tutorials. So we'll see you guys next time. Happy baking!